day, everyone. So it's another day, it's another time, it's another chance to learn another monthly lesson. For today, we will be discussing about solving word problems involving factoring of polynomials. For today's learning targets, we have solve problems involving factors of polynomials. Specifically, the following. Lesson 1, factoring using the concept of common monomial factors. Lesson 2, factoring polynomials, which are difference of two squares. Lesson 3, factoring polynomials, which are perfect square trinomials. Lesson 4, factoring polynomials, which are quadratic trinomials. And lastly, factoring polynomials, which are sum or difference of two. For example number 1, the area of triangle A is equal to x multiplied by quantity 6x plus 12, while the area of triangle B is equal to 2x multiplied by quantity 6x plus 12. What is the sum of the areas expressed in factored form? For our given, again, the area of triangle A is x multiplied by 6x plus 12, while the area of triangle B is equal to 2x multiplied by 6x plus 12. For our solution, since we are supposed to look for the sum of the two areas, we will be adding the two areas. Area triangle A plus the area of triangle B. And that would be giving us x multiplied by 6x plus 12, that's the area of triangle A, plus the area of triangle B, which is 2x multiplied by 6x plus 12. I want you to take note of the GCF. Here is a GCF of this sum of our two areas, and that is 6x plus 12. That is our GCF. After determining the GCF, we will be factoring that GCF, and we will be dividing each term by the GCF. So we'll factor the GCF, so that will become 6x plus 12. That is our GCF being factored out, multiplied by the first term divided by the GCF, so we end up having x. The second term being divided by the GCF, that will be giving us 2x. After that, guys, I want you to take note, out of these two binomial factors we have, I want you to take note that 6x plus 12 can still be factored, or there is common factor for 6x plus 12. That's the 6. So we have 6 multiplied by, you factor out the 6, you end up having x plus 2. Then take note, you can still add x and 2x, so you have 3x. Then finally, if you want to solve this one, you end up having, you multiply 6 and 3x, you end up having 18x multiplied by your remaining factor, which is x plus 2. And for our final answer, area of triangle A plus the area of triangle B is equal to 18x multiplied by x plus 2 square units. For our example number 2, a school complex is to be built in 100 meters by 100 meters lot with a square open space at the middle of the lot for students' leisure activities. The size of the square open space will be decided later. Express the area of the school complex building not designated for the leisure activities of the students in factored form. Illustrate the school complex building using a two-dimensional flow. Shade the region being X. For the given of this problem, we will be having a diagram of the said problem. So we start with a square open lot. Okay. Then we have the size of that lot is 100 meters by 100 meters. And we have an open space in the middle for students' leisure activities. And the size of that open space, square open space in the middle, will still be determined. So we say that we would be having the dimensions of that open space as x by x. And then we need to take note that what is asked in the problem is the area of the school complex building not designated for the leisure activities. Okay? And we are supposed to shade that unknown area. And that area we're looking for is this part right here. This part of the open lot where it will not be included in the open space for the students' leisure activity. For the solution, we are supposed to get first the area of the lot, the open lot, and the area of the open space. So for the area of the lot, since it's a square, we have s squared, then the side of the lot would be equal to 100, so that would be 100 squared. Then we are supposed to look also for the area of the open space, and that is also a square, so that we would be having s squared as well. Then we have the side of our open space, which is x, we have x squared. After doing that, guys, we will be having to look for the area of the shaded region of our diagram, and that would be equal to the difference of the area of the lot subtracted by the area of the open space. So area of the lot subtracted by the area of the open space. So substitute the values. We have 100 squared minus the area of the open space, which is x squared. And then you need to take note that this is since the first term and the second term are perfect squares, you need to take note this, and you have a subtraction as the operation. You need to take note that this is a difference of two squares. So you can easily factor that one out by using the concept of difference of two squares. So for the area of the shaded region, you can start with two pairs of parentheses to represent your two binomial factors. One is a sum, one is a difference, and then simply get the square root of the first term and the second term of your difference of these. The square root of 100 will be 100 on both sides. Square root of x squared will be x. And then for our final answer, we have the area of the shaded region will be equal to quantity 100 plus x multiplied by quantity 100 minus x meters squared. For our example number 3, we have you invested 1,000 pesos in savings account that earns interest compounded annually at a rate of 6%. Find the savings account balance after a 2-year period using the formula A is equal to P multiplied by quantity 1 plus R being squared, where A is the amount of money in the savings account balance after a number of years. P is the amount of invested money, and R is the rate of interest. For our given in this problem, we have the A, which is the total amount of money after an X number of years. We have still unknown, and then we have P, which is the total of invested money, that would be 1,000 pesos. And we have the R, which stands for the rate of interest. We have 6%, or in decimal form, we have 0.06%. For our solution in this problem, we simply use the formula given, which is A is equal to P multiplied by 1 plus R squared. Then simply substitute the given to our formula. We have P. We don't have the A yet. Okay. The P value is 1,000. And then we have 1 plus the r, which is we will be using the decimal form. So we have 0.06 and you have the square. After doing that, guys, we would be having to square our binomial. 1 plus 0.06%. So in this problem, we will be using our concept about squaring a binomial. So for the a value we have, if you square 1 plus 0.06, you end up having, you copy the 1000 and then you end up having square the first term. This is the technique in squaring a binomial. Square the first term, that would be still 1. And then get the product of the first and the second term, which is 1 and 0.06. After that, you multiply it by 2, so you end up having 0.12. Then square also the last term, which is the 0.06. So you need to square that, so you end up having 0.0030. And you don't stop there. After doing that, you still need to distribute the 1000 to our trinomial. So we would be having 1000 multiplied by 1 is 1000. 1000 multiplied by 0.12, that would be giving us 120. And then lastly, we have 1000 multiplied by 0.0036, that would be giving us 3 points. And then you can simply add those three values and you will have your alone, which is the total amount of money in after 2 years. So for our final answer, we have 1,123.6 pesos, and that would be the total amount of money in the savings account balance after 2 years.